In this video, we are going to show you how MDLCode helps Moodle developers to write code faster and with fewer mistakes. MDLCode will help you to populate contents of new files with the necessary structures, generate new plugins from scratch, quickly identify and fix mistakes, create new strings, capabilities, web services, and other entities, provide autocomplete for things like behat steps and callbacks, rename some entities and replace all references to them. The yearly cost of the premium subscription will pay for itself within the first month by saving developer time when both writing the code and when debugging errors caused by simple mistypes that will now be detected right in the editor. Let's look at these features one at a time. Moodle Plugin Viewer allows you to browse the code of individual plugins. It also lists common files and folders in the context menu so you can create them in 2 clicks. Files are created already populated with boilerplate and with copyright, which you can also customize per plugin. Files that are expected to have specific functions, classes, or variables inside of them will be created automatically populated with this structure. You don't have to use Moodle Plugin View. As long as you create a new file in the VS Code editor and not in the terminal or external file manager, they will be created with the default contents. You can take it one step further and generate a whole plugin in MDLCode. The generator will populate all required files for this plugin type and can also generate GitHub Actions file and basic behat and PHP unit tests. The GitHub Actions file comes pre-populated with the matrix for all supported versions of Moodle and respective PHP versions. Plugins generated with MDLCode pass all Moodle plugin CI checks immediately. You can also generate the GitHub Actions file for an existing plugin. In this case, MDLCode will read the supported Moodle versions from plugins version.php file. And you can also generate basic behat and PHP units tests for an existing plugin. As you noticed, the plugin generation wizard does not come with many options. You don't need to immediately decide which capabilities, web services, or additional language strings your plugin will need in the future. Instead, you can add them as you need them. Here's an example of a new capability wizard. Instead of typing each attribute in the array and often forgetting how they are called, you can just select them by clicking on radio buttons and checkboxes. This wizard will also create a respective language string for you. When you're creating a web service using the MDLCode wizard, it will also create the PHP class with all the necessary methods. You will often need to create new language strings. You can use the wizard too, but MDLCode gives you even more options on how to quickly create new strings. First, you can reference the string in the code as if it already exists, and when Moodle code highlights it as a problem, you can use a quick fix to actually create a string. Another option is to convert a hard-coded string to a language string. Select the string, click on the yellow light bulb, and choose to create a new string. This will also work in Mustache and JavaScript files. As you can see here, if the same string already exists, MDLCode will suggest using an existing string. If you don't see the yellow light bulb, you can use Ctrl plus full stop to bring up the action menu. If your plugin comes with built-in translations, MDLCode offers a couple of useful features too. First of all, it lets you see if there are any extra strings in the translation file. It allows you to see if there are any translations identical to the English file. It allows you to fill in the translations that are missing. And finally, it allows you to both sort strings alphabetically or in the exact same order as in the English file, so it is easier to compare them side by side. You can also rename some entities in MDLCode. For example, while you are in the language file, right-click on the string identifier and select Rename Symbol, or just press F2. This will rename the string and change all the places where it is used. You can fix the string sort order in one click as well. In order to rename a template or a JavaScript module, click on its name in the doc block. When you rename a template, the file will also be renamed. You can even organize it into a different folder. There are a couple of places where MDLCode provides autocomplete. One of them is the callbacks in the lib.php file. Start typing the word function followed by the name of the plugin and you will see the list of all available callbacks for this plugin type. Once you create a callback, you can navigate to the place where it is called to check what arguments it accepts. This cannot always be filled automatically. As you can see here, MDLCode even has a wizard to help to convert the legacy callbacks to the new hooks API. Once the Moodle core has added a new hook deprecating the legacy callback, MDLCode will also help plugin developers to convert existing functions. And lastly, when you write Behat feature files, MDLCode will help you to complete the steps. If you make a mistake in the selector, it will highlight it as a problem. In the quick fix, you can browse all available selectors and pick the one you need. I hope you found this video useful and you have a general understanding of the MDLCode possibilities when writing Moodle code. Be aware that most of the features shown in this video are only available in the premium version. Make sure to start a free trial to try them out. Look for our other tutorials on how to navigate through Moodle code and execute scripts. And if you have never used VS Code before, remember that it is very easy to migrate to. It is by far the most popular IDE and has all the features of other editors and much more. Thanks to the flexible and powerful extension API, which made it possible to create MZL code, it also has thousands of other helpful extensions that you can find in the VS Code marketplace that would not be available in other editors.